Hello, it's Toya. Welcome back to my videos. Today I'm going to be doing a video about the new character Hoyan. And I know a lot of bigger YouTubers are going to be doing videos on Hoyan, but what they don't have in common with this video is that my Hoyan is going to be on a budget. Yes, I am level 50, but I have had almost no good drops or no good substats. The only particularly good shell I have is this one on count, and of course I went ahead and put that immediately onto my Hal kit because I am using him for his shield mainly, and once I get more resources I'm going to level this, but I also need more drops of the count, and as we all know, getting these drops are really rare. Even if you get a lot of drops, like I did get the Codex of Magic, it's not necessarily going to be the correct stat. I also have a few of the level 50 ones down here. Here is my favorite revelation. He does not have the right stats on him, so I'm going to wait until I get the right matching ones. And then of course I have Lighthouse here, and I'm also waiting for the right stats so I can put him on Holden, and that will be amazing for the way I PvP, because then I will have the double defense and that will give him a much better room to grow and to fight. But as you can see, I don't have the right stats on them, and that's just a shame. You just get the drops but not the ones you want. And count is the only one I've got with the Onslaught Fury. It's so hard to get, and here on this White Fang is also the only Onslaught Fury that I own, and I've gone ahead and I've put that on Hoyan for this video. So let's go ahead and look at the stats here. As you can see, they are very weak stats. I did not get any good substat rolls on here, so this is what we're going to be looking at with Hoyan, because I am sure I'm not the only person out there who has had, you know, ridiculously unlucky substat rolls time after time. Look, there is no crit rate, crit damage, attack on these. They're just poor. They're poor substats, and I don't think I'm the only one who's having this problem, that you're just not getting the correct substats on your main stat. I need some attack bonus, I need some crit rate, I need some crit damage. It's just not dropping, they're just not rolling, they're just not coming onto the game. So this is the stats that I'm going to be working with, and I think this is probably for everyone with the bad luck. And over here you can see my thing. Even with my best gear on, it's still very low. There's nothing major here in his attack, there's nothing major here in his crit damage. I wish that I had better rolls on these, but this is what I got, this is what I'm working with, so I just have to you know, make do. And here we have Leanne, and yeah, I wish I could have given her something better than Battle Will, but again, this is what dropped, so I have to work with what I've got. So we're going to test it. So where are we going to test it? Obviously where we need to test it to get, oh, wrong place, to get more resources. I'm going to have to get her online, so I might as well test her here, and I'm going to test her at level 2 because she's level 2 now. I have tested her at level 1 in here and she did fairly well, so I'm going to go ahead and show you again. This is the stats on the Ting, on Leanne. I'm going to be using Kloss here because of course, but of course if you don't have her, you will have Dahlia, and she will also do your defense break for you. And then here we have Hoyan, and she's going to be using the gear that I use for my Messiah. So this is Messiah's gear, and this is what we're going to be working with. Nothing major, nothing outlandish, and like I said, she is still just 2. And as you can see, even at 5-star but level 2, she is killing. So she's finishing off really well there. They didn't have that much HP, but you wouldn't expect that much damage from just being level 2. So she's doing really well here. I could have gone and put some more HP on, but I think that when she loses that 50% and that triggers, that's even quicker to trigger when she's at already low health. And here we go. Working perfectly. Of course, everything is going to die. She might die here. So, yes. But she did her job, and normally she wouldn't die here. I don't think I would put her in that kind of situation when she's vulnerable, apart from in PvP situation. So I will definitely build her a little bit differently, a little bit of speed, a little bit of HP, and then a lot of attack and crit rate, crit damage. But you do want her to have that little bit of sustain, so she has the life to lose in order to come back, because she's not regaining that much health. So again, we will go, because we are going to take her to PvP. I just have to have a quick look. So I'm just going to level her really quickly with the resources that we have gathered along the journey of seeing how she works and me testing out in my mind the theories and who I can pair her with. And now we're gonna go ahead, and she got to 26. That's fine for PvP, but we will quickly take her back into the PvE just to see if the improvements are vast, or if the HP improvement doesn't make much, improvement. So because she is on a budget, she's still on her budget modules. Yes, I was going to say gear, but it's modules. I would prefer her to get her own gear, but resources for me of having to level and getting no substats, and having to level and getting no substats, it really drains me on leveling up coins, leveling up materials. So yes, she's going to be doing a much better job here. If she gets a turn, you can see she's a bit slow. Yeah, there you go. She seems to be doing a good job. I can see that it's going to be working a lot better in PvP. She's going to be very slow, a little slower than I expected her to be, even on these very slow modules. I'm still playing Summoner's War in my mind, so sorry. Yes, it's because of all of this repeat battle. If it was a skip ticket or something, I wouldn't be comparing it to that, but that's what's in my mind. So again, I just want to check, but I don't think I'll be able to put anything of the thing onto her the way that it's working. So I think she will just have to go the way she is into PvP. Again, just to show you that nothing's changed. These are still the same substats, still the same gear. And this is, of course, like I said, Messiah's gear. So this is what I use for Messiah in PvP. And this is the Thing's gear. I'm not going to be using the Ting this time. I'm going to let her have the spotlight to see what she can kill. I would usually take the Ting in there as a little backup, because sometimes they would ban the Ting because, he is that good. But if we're going to be using her, she is going to have to take the Ting's place. I have a set amount of gear and a set amount of characters that I have built for being able to be banned from doing the arena. So the thing does have my best sets on there. This is the best drops I've had. But yes, she can't have anything mixed in here because they're two completely different sets. In my mind, I can't see how that would work. Or else I would have already put it on Messiah. So, no. This is the best I could do here. So she will have to just go with like this. And we will hope for the best. We will hope for the best. Because, yeah. Honestly, there's nothing leveled. I'm just thinking outside of the box if there's something else I can try, but I don't think so. I think this is definitely the best I can do. And now, just a quick look at the shell. It is so rare for me to get an onslaught on White Fang that I just have to keep it as long as I get it. The damage taken substat here is not ideal, but it is the best I can do, as like I said, I don't get it often, so it has to be passed around from unit to unit, and I have not gotten the drop for it being universal, because despite me having so many drops, none of these are onslaught. None of them, they're not onslaught. I have not been lucky enough to get an onslaught on any of these. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But this is my only one here, so I have to treat it really, really well, really delicately, and so that's why it's like this instead of just for attackers, or it has to be more universal. And so now I have to think, what skills does she have that I need to be aware of for the arena? So what we have to do is just, read them. I know it's really difficult, but a lot of people don't. So I'm just going to quickly look at the skills and see what I'm going to be doing here. Okay, then that makes sense. And the passive, 6 turn cooldown. I'll have to keep that in mind. That is a pretty long cooldown. If I was going to use my Latisse, I would use them on her passive definitely, because yeah, all the way down to, yeah, it'll be worth it for that cooldown. Twice cooldown, so that'll be 4 turns. And if it gets hit with Doki Doki, that will be even lower, so that'll be worth it. Yeah, I can see that working very well actually. I'm going to see how the speed lines up, and that will definitely take somebody by surprise today. And the no heal, perfect for those teams that I keep avoiding. I always ban the healers. This will be perfect. I don't like the healing, so I think I will at some points be using the skill 1 more than the skill 3, even if it is up. So okay, so now we have finished with doing these. We're going to head over to the arena now. So go back to the start, and then we're going to see how everything lines up here. So let's just go to the arena because I still have my tries today, and then we are going to go to the summit arena, and then we're going to I have to go back and check my units to see which one have modules on them. So yes. And maybe? No, you don't. So these are the units I'm going to use, so I know that if anything gets banned, which ones I can have, so I don't accidentally choose a unit that does not have any modules on there. Okay, I am first. So right away, I'm going to go ahead and choose close because of course, okay, they've gone for 2 speeders there. I can already tell that Mio is out of here. So I'm going to put in these 2, speed and speed reduction, because that's what we're going to be needing. They have a crit buffer and a reviver. Perfect. Perfect for this. And in goes my other speeder. And of course, the lady of the hour, because that's what we're testing. And they did so well. It's almost like they knew I was making a video on this. So let's go ahead and get rid of Mio right away here. She's the only complication to my plan. The rest are okay. Knowing what the units do and their base speed is the key here. Of course, there are people who can roll really good rolls on speed. There's nothing I can do about that. But going by this, it should be fine. So I go first. She might, yes, definitely have sped me even so. So let's see what you're going to do here. Okay, everything's working out. We just have to make sure that we get Remoka out of here and everything else is a cakewalk. So here we go. Everything is on cooldown. Oh, such a unit. Okay, here we go. This probably won't kill anything, but it will stop the healing, which is important. And there we go. And yes, you're going to revive her, and we're going to see if she can kill my unit, because I know that's what you're going to be aiming for. You're going to see if you can get Doki Doki out of here. So one more chance on this to speed you up, and now it's all in your hands. If you don't kill me now, then it's game over for you. So let's see if this Remoka can kill, and she could not. So now it's all over, because once you're dead, you cannot be revived. So that puts your reviver at a disadvantage. My girl come back to life, and here we go. Oh, a bit of a lag there, and yes, it's all over. Everything is going well because you killed her. Now you died too, and only you remain. So okay, yes, so this is a perfect team, perfect combination here. It all works out well because you lead them into what they have to kill first, and yes, logically speaking, this was perfect. So she is a really good unit for PvP and a really good unit for PvE, and the better modules you have, the better she will do. Of course, if you don't have Doki Doki, you could just go ahead and replace her with any speeder. Marvel would do.